For all the history of the human race, we've been trying to figure out communication. From beating on a drum to painting up in a cave. Then the language came and we got these letters. Centuries tried to use them better, but now it's easy to overcomplicate. 26 letters in the alphabet, but when I look at you, I place my bet there. I could tell you all I need with just these three. Yeah.